The 1990s didn't just change rock and metal. Heavy metal got faster, grew heavier, and birthed some of the most aggressive masterpieces in music history. We are counting down the absolute best hard rock and metal albums of the 90s that you still need to blast at full volume. Let's count them down. Coming in at number 10, Dehumanizer by Black Sabbath. In 1992, the band brought back their amazing singer, Ronnie James Dio, to create one of their darkest and heaviest albums ever, called Dehumanizer. This record is filled with crushing guitar sounds and powerful songs about technology and modern life. The fast-paced hit TV Crimes blasts through your speakers with tons of energy, while Computer God warns us about computers taking over the world. Another massive track, simply titled I, gives listeners an awesome anthem about standing strong and being proud. It is a perfect headbanging album from start to finish. Crashing into number 9 is the Brazilian band Sepultura, who shook the music world by mixing ultra-heavy guitars with the traditional tribal rhythms of their home country on their legendary album Roots. The record opens with their biggest and most famous hit, Roots Bloody Roots, a song filled with loud, roaring vocals that teach listeners to be proud of who they are. Another wildly energetic track, Radamahata, features fast-paced indigenous percussion that makes you want to dance and headbang at the same time. The band even traveled deep into the rainforest to record the beautiful track Itsari directly with the indigenous Zavante tribe. It is an unforgettable album that completely changed how heavy metal could sound. Moving up to number 8 is Divine Intervention by Slayer. In 1994, the legendary thrash metal band Slayer released Divine Intervention, an incredibly loud and aggressive record. The album features the fan-favorite track, Ditto Head, which rushes forward like a runaway train with lightning-fast guitar solos. Another popular song, Serenity and Murder, uses creepy, altered vocals. Instead of writing about fantasy monsters, the band focused on real-world frights and scary television stories, making it one of the most intense listening experiences of the decade. Zooming into number 7 is Painkiller by Judas Priest, which became the fastest and heaviest album of their entire career. The title track, Painkiller, starts with an unforgettable roaring drum solo. Singer Rob Halford uses incredibly high, screaming vocals on songs like All Guns Blazing to make the music sound super intense. Another popular track, A Touch of Evil, adds a spooky, mysterious sound. This album proved that classic heavy metal bands could play just as fast and hard as younger thrash bands, inspiring musicians for generations. Marching into number 6, Megadeth's Countdown to Extinction, which became the biggest and most successful album of their whole career. Instead of just playing super fast, the band focused on writing catchy, shorter songs that anyone could rock out to. The record features their most famous song ever, Symphony of Destruction, which has a groovy beat and talks about how bad leaders can control people. Another big hit, Sweating Bullets, features singer Dave Mustaine talking to himself in a funny but spooky voice to show what it feels like to be anxious. From the fast energy of Skin in My Teeth to the political story of Foreclosure of a Dream, this album is packed with radio hits that still sound amazing today. Pounding its way into number 5 is Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera, a game-changing record that popularized a style called groove metal. Led by Dimebag Darrell's crushing guitar riffs and Philip Anselmo's roaring vocals, the album is famous for its massive energy. It features Walk, one of the most famous metal anthems ever, which has a steady, stomping beat that teaches people to respect your personal space. Another huge hit, Mouth for War, explodes with pure speed and aggression. While This Love tricks your ears by switching between a soft melody and exploding into a super loud chorus. It is a legendary record that influenced almost every metal band that came after it. Exploding into number 4 is Slipknot with their self-titled debut album. Instead of using just one drummer, this band used 3 different percussion players to create a thunderous, heavy sound. The album features their massive breakthrough hit, Wait and Bleed, which mixes aggressive screaming with a surprisingly catchy melody that fans couldn't stop singing. Another fan favorite, Spit It Out, blasts forward with lightning-fast vocal delivery, while the heavy anthem Surfacing teaches listeners to always stand up for themselves. With its creepy masks and wild roaring energy, this groundbreaking record changed modern metal forever. At number 3, The Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. This album completely changed rock music by mixing heavy guitar sounds with weird noises made by computers and synthesizers. The super-fast song March of the Pigs uses an unusual drum beat that sounds like a spinning machine. Their biggest hit, Closer, became famous for its funky electronic rhythm. Then the album closes with Hurt, a quiet, heartbreaking song about self-loathing and pain. It is a dark, creative album that showed the world how awesome techno-rock music could be. Rocking into the number 2 spot is an unforgettable double album called Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 by Guns N' Roses. These records showed a new side of the band by adding pianos, horns, and orchestra sounds to their classic hard rock style. The album features November Rain, a beautiful 9-minute rock story with one of the most famous guitar solos ever played by Slash.
When I look into your eyes, I can see your love restrained.
You Could Be Mine is one of the hardest rocking tracks across both albums, featured prominently in the 1991 blockbuster movie Terminator 2: Judgment Day. While Live and Let Die is a thunderous cover of the classic James Bond theme. With tons of hits spread across both discs, this massive project became a global phenomenon that sold millions of copies in just its first week. Finally, taking the ultimate number 1 spot is the biggest heavy metal album ever made, the Black Album. by Metallica. Working with their new producer, Bob Rock, the band traded their lightning-fast thrash speeds for a slower, heavier, and completely unforgettable groove. The album kicks off with Enter Sandman, a world-famous song about a child's spooky nightmares that features one of the most recognizable guitar riffs in history. It also includes Sad But True, which hits you like a ton of bricks with its massive drum beats. And The Unforgiven is a powerful cinematic track about a person trapped by the expectations of others. By mixing giant, heavy rock sounds with beautiful ballads like Nothing Else Matters, this masterclass of a record took heavy metal out of the underground and turned Metallica into global superstars.
No, nothing else matters.
The 1990s proved that heavy music could evolve, survive, and dominate a decade of massive musical shifts. Which 90s masterpiece did we miss? And what is your absolute #1 album from this era? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.